production meeting. So basically, we're developing our idea on our short film and social realism. We need to basically brainstorm some ideas on what it could be about, the story, the plot, and obviously influences that could create this material as an overall success.
So we have a number of different options. We can either, we know we have to pick a set theme, so we can either do drugs, maybe like a drug theme.
But this is what...
Thing
Like,
is,
as
it
we
doesn't
learned
always
from
have to be about drugs.
No, that's the thing. That's exactly...
Yeah.
Drugs, I don't think drugs would be too... I think we should go a step aside from that. Like, from our director research, we've looked at Danny Boyle and Shane Meadows.
Yeah.
They've used, like, influence... Yeah, fair enough, they've used drugs and stuff, but they've also done, they've done material that has educated people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a big step.
Well, we
we
should explore all avenues, so like drugs, violence, domestic violence, bullying.
This is what I've always trying to tell you. It's like we need to step away from that. I think we should step away from that and go from somewhere where it'll be more of an emotional, have a more emotional impact.
So it actually appeal to the audience because you know for this project.
Well, it depends who it's aimed at because we have
we need to pick a target.
Like that's drugs, violence, sex, and all that.
We need to pick a target audience.
It's too mainstream.
It's too mainstream. We need to step aside. Why don't we aim like we know a few people who don't. I mean, something that. We know a few people who have their own.
I mean, the majority of
addiction and stuff like that, but that's too.
Yeah, the majority of like kids or teenagers mostly grow up without their dad or mum.
So we can like base our story around how, as you're growing up, how you're affected by one of your parents basically not being there.
So is it going to be a?
Well, first, if we're going to do
son or daughter, that's the first of all. So I'd say more son because there's always.
I think the father and son link is more important than the mother and daughter link. And to be honest, here we're all that, so we might as well watch these boys.
What so?
Father, son.
Let's step aside from that. We've got this idea. So let's put ourselves in the shoes of like a director like Danny Boyle.
Yeah.
How would he make it?
Obviously, first the main thing is our target audience. So. If we're gonna make this film about,
let me get Danny Boyle research up.
If we're gonna do this film about a boy and his father, I mean, they should be around the age of the character should be around our age because that's the age where like a teenage boy would really start thinking. Let's say if he's lost his dad, where's his dad? Who is he? What's his name? Like he wants to get in connection.
Like, wants to go on an adventure to look.
We need to be like, I've got like Danny Boyle has a quote where it's basically emphasising how he's open-minded and how it's influenced his work. Whether, has he said it, whether he was saving me from the priesthood or the priesthood from me, I don't know. But quite soon after, I started doing drama. And there's a real connection, I think. All these directors, all these random directors, by the way, blah blah blah. They were all meant to be priests. There's something very theoretical about it. It's basically the same job, poncing around, telling people what to think. Now, in detail, I'm not going to go into detail about this quote because I picked it up off Wikipedia. Honestly, if you think about it, it shows because he was going to be a priest, wasn't he? He was following the path of priesthood. Exactly, and he's linking it to how other it's pretty much the same job. And if the way I interpret it is the way being open-minded, and he's been successful by films like Slumdog Millionaire. How was that successful? Was it? There was three factors. Educated.
Adventurous.
It was adventurous, and it was exactly what goes on. It's realistic.
It was realistic,
We need to, if we keep to those three themes the same way he did.
It was simple as well. It wasn't over the top.
That's what I mean.
I mean, it was simple. So we need to keep this simple but realistic and something that will appeal to everyone. Well, not to everyone, but our target audience.
Back to our idea. So if I'm thinking, if we pull our first draft around a guy who is he in education? So he's in education. He doesn't like education. He falls all out. He skips or whatever. He bunks a lot.
Yeah, no, he would be in education, but he's not doing well because of the distractions at home.
So I think not domestic. Should we avoid domestic abuse? Just the general influence.
Yeah, we won't. We won't mention that. We'll just know, like, we'll just make it clear that the dad's father's not there.
The dad's father. What?
I mean, the boy's father is not there for him.
So that influence how would that affect us if we was, because we know a few people who obviously don't know their father or their dads. So obviously it's going to be quite sensitive. If we showed it to them, we don't want to offend them. We don't want to make them feel bad about it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd rather make them feel more secure about the facts and probably
it helps them.
Yeah. And for those people who
then the people who are not in those situations, it'll be a way to educate.
It'll be a way to make them know what it feels like.
Exactly that. So
I think we should start off like first off like I don't know like some boy having trouble at home.
No, but first we need to iron out all the details of this character. So his age, his family background, his ethnicity.
Then after all of this comes the title.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm thinking. So who's the father first of all? Are we going to do it? There was something happened. We're unsure of. We won't find out because he raises a question. We want to leave a rhetorical question at the end. So why don't we just do a cliffhanger?
Yeah, do a cliffhanger.
He eventually meets his father.
Yeah, eventually do a cliffhanger at the end.
We have to do this within 5 minutes. We can't do some Lord of the Rings bloody adventure because it can't happen in space of 5 minutes.
Exactly.
So I mean, we're gonna have to keep it realistic. So perhaps switching scenes by using flashbacks. So say if it's gonna be a bit like of a coincidence. That's the words. That
so
obviously, no.
Yeah.
You meet. Okay, we find out who the father is.
Yeah.
He's only like 20 minutes down the road. That's a bit too coincidental.
No.
We're gonna have to make it. We have to.
We have to make it so he's actually this journey is not only making him think about his father, but then he's finding himself at this well. Yeah.
We need to go back in time
and
portray what happened. Maybe we can use that as links between. Yeah. So we kill time thinking of those flashbacks, and all of a sudden wakes up wherever else, and then it cuts the journey really. Yeah. It makes sense.
That's a good idea for what we can do.
All right. You wrote.
All right. So we basically got the foundations of what we could possibly do. So we just need to build on that, and then improve it more.
So that's okay. First, I've got it down. Boy, what's the age group?
I would say usually we think about realistically around
our target audience is going to be around 13 to 18, but I don't want to limit it to that. I want it to make it. I think it might be appropriate for all ages, if I'm honest. If we don't use the theme, I think we're going to have to use.
I think it's appropriate for 13 plus. 13 plus.
Because there's obviously
people younger than that may not understand it, but everyone older than that will.
And it's always going to be someone who's older than our own age.
Exactly.
It could be 40-year-old, 50-year-old, whatever. But yeah, I think we've got that idea set. So what about locations and mise-en-scène, all set and stuff like that?
Well,
the journey. What comes public transport comes to mind. I think. But how's he going to find his father? Because all of a sudden it pops up to his head. Maybe.
Well, obviously, first we'll start off he answers his mum. Maybe his mum the night she's skeptical of telling him, so she just leaves it, and then he goes out with his own way.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think I'll go with Alba on this.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So basically, he asks his mum skeptical. He goes, okay.
So avoidance, pretty much.
Yeah, and then he goes out of his way to find any information he can about his dad. No, I don't know how he will do that, but for now. Well, he uses his own initiative to find his dad.
What's the common feature we always use?
Oh yeah, social network. Social network.
But maybe something he finds the name of his dad and then goes on Facebook. But
maybe he finds his dad liking something like maybe the same.
But that'd be too coincidental, wouldn't it? What about
maybe he's on a page, but then his dad he sees the same name, but his last name. He might think he's.
What about a mum's friends? He has a mum's friend on Facebook, and it all of a sudden he just wants to find. He's thinking of many ways people who might know his dad.
Yeah, like
flashback of this person knowing his dad. Obviously, they come over while he was young.
Yeah.
Maybe use. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think if the dad were to run away or something, I don't think it would be.
What reason is there though?
I don't think there would be any in relation to the families. He won't be near them.
Exactly. I mean, middle.
It depends, because we can make it so, let's say if he does run away, he could still live within London. He doesn't have to move all the way to Scotland just to get exactly. He doesn't have to move all the way out of the country just to get away. He could still be living in London.
Yeah. There must be a reason though, but we can't have a rich dad walk out of the van because it won't make sense. He's got money. Why the hell would he need to walk away from his son? I don't know. That could be
No, think about it, because I was watching. TV show the other day.
Well, Game of Thrones, yeah.
Oh no, I was watching Revenge, yeah. And basically, there's this rich guy. He has his nice wife. He has his 2 children, but yet he still goes out and cheats on his wife.
So that could be insecurity.
So it doesn't matter how much money you have. People will still go and do what they want,
so
no matter what.
Should we do the dad being middle class? I don't reckon we should do cheating. I reckon it should just be.
No, not cheating. I'm just giving an example that no matter what situation you're in, people will always do things for no reason.
It's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be middle class. I was thinking maybe high class, but like because
But then again,
that leads the kid to want to go and
it raises more questions in the film for the audience than there should be. I think we should just keep what happens next. Why did he walk out? I think we have to keep to the past and the future tense.
Yeah.
Those type of questions. Why did he leave? Oh, this happens next.
Alright,
that's how we leave it.
Alright. So we got the foundations for our film. So
But the thing is, you think about it. No. You think about that. Which guy? In the past tense. Why did he leave? And like.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna have to come up with along the line.
We might not even need to do that because in real life, most people who don't know their dad or mum sometimes will never find out why they left, and sometimes won't even meet them. But sometimes they do.
Yeah.
They live a happy life together, but they don't know the reason why. So realistically, we have 2 outcomes. We have many outcomes, but that doesn't need to be answered because in real life, there's always different outcomes in the situation.
Exactly.
So I reckon we should end it there.
End it there, yeah.
But
so we've got the foundations for what we could possibly do.
I've got everything written down.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. This was our production meeting, and yeah.
Bye bye.